Hello everybody and welcome back to HCS Salt Lake City Major 2, hosted by Space Station Gaming. And if you're wondering if you're going to get Envy versus TSM, you've got good news. The answer is yes. Loses round 2 action. That's the old chestnut. Winner stays on, loser goes home. They are the stakes. This is the series.
Enemy has the ball.
Two massive teams here with ambitions of going further than certainly here. TSM off the back of a top 3 finish at the last event. You know they do not want to go home now then.
Yeah, TSM fresh off taking down Complexity as well in the elimination round 1. So sending home one of our top 6 seeds to get there. I mean, it's not often you see, what, 3rd versus 5th or 6th, whatever Complexity were competing in the early stages, but that's what happens after the group of death was the group of death. The seed was stolen away by the likes of FaZe and Nemesis.
So you're telling me not only have TSM dropped our beloved Cherish, they've also sent him home.
They did indeed, and that's certainly going to be a tough one for Cherished indeed. And I'm sure it'll be back to the drawing board for Complexity. It just seems like that top 12 keeps looming for them, and it's issue after issue, event after event, and they seem to be keeping to get that bracket that filled by a team that just shouldn't be there, in theory. As for Envy, they dropped down into the elimination after losing their matchup. The real question is, can they get something done here against TSM? This is not going to be an easy game for TSM whatsoever.
Envy have been a tricky customer online and have ambitions of being just that here on LAN. 30 points on the board. They've got an elevator set up as well. Options to play the ball down bottom middle if they require it. Shock Rifle is not going to find a face, but good enough to do damage. The damage will back that player up. Looks like SoulSnipe's going to re-engage, and he probably shouldn't have. Druk's trying to scramble down bottom middle. This is going to be a trade for dead for TSM. Perfect hold from Envy.
Wow, this is a great round from Envy. 50 points they already find themselves on. TSM kind of 6s and 7s at the moment, trying to find a way around, see if they can take some angles to maybe break this setup, but with camouflage in the chest of Piggy, it's not going to be an easy break.
Piggy gets himself up the top elevator, gets himself down bottom elevator, and he's brawling. Melee's 1, Melee's a 2nd, throw in hot hands. Not that good work. Envy will continue to score. Options now to rotate over towards blue, and they will then be able to play the ball off the map if pressure gets a little bit too much. But this has been so impressive from Envy, and TSM yet to find a response.
I mean, surely there's not a flawless round here, is there? Well, Envy are going to give themselves the chances. Adding a little bit of extra time, finding the angle to bounce on with the ball. And now TSM have been able to take down 3 members of Envy, so should be able to get this ball off the reset, at least to get 2nd on the board. There's just so much to do now to try and get back into this round. Part of me is just thinking, you know, to just give this one up and start to think about next. Of course, it's not going to happen. No one's going to play it like that, but 4 are going to be dead for Envy. So TSM have done the initial job here of retrieving that ball, and now they can get set up. The question is, can they do exactly what Envy just did to them?
Enemy has the ball.
Has to be perfect. Giving themselves so much to do here. Taulek could really do with finding some faces here. Yakz's gotten the opener though. On to SoulSnipe. Taulek did not find the face. Precision charges on through with the pipes. Manny's forced to play the ball. Druk gets one on the Yakzn. Manny combines to get a 2nd. So although the ball has been played, it's in no man's land for a 2nd. Camouflage has now popped back up. Druk. He goes down. Nobody in position to take the ball just yet, but Envy have so much time, so much advantage here, that they can play this one as patient as they like.
Whenever Druk dies, I think back to Clutch's commentary.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Druk died out of the window on Bazaar. Remember when Bazaar was a thing? 91 to 19. So Envy still haven't been able to convert these last 9 seconds, and they're not going to be able to do right now either, because SoulSnipe does just whisk this one away. Has the shock rifle in the back pocket when he does get pushed. Don't know what his plan was there, but I guess you just hope for the best.
Well, I think he knew he was probably dead.
Try and get close enough to do a beatdown.
Try and soar forward for the trade. But it was spotted out by Envy. They recognize what his ambitions were. Ball down still on batteries, neutral ground for now. Still some work for Envy to do. For TSM, they haven't chipped away too much of this lead. Still a lot of work to do. Ball does now finally reset, but it's going to be right where it was, on batteries. Shroud screen goes up, that's going to block the bat ledge line of sight. Good work from Piggy, making sure that that player can no longer be a nuisance. But unfortunately for him, 3 of his teammates have now fallen, so more chance for TSM to put some points on the board. Piggy is forced to play this one patient.
Yeah, TSM aren't taking any chances either. They're not committing to this ball because they know that if they make one mistake here, Envy are going to have it in the bag. Remember, top 6 is on the line here if you win this game. And a matchup with Space Station will be your reward after their exit from the winner's bracket, losing out to Optic Gaming in a 5-game thriller.
Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped.
But Envy's still not able to get these final seconds. I mean, the clock is kind of on their side.
The ball.
So they could try and play it that way if they want to. But I'd be asking the question to my team saying, are we sure no one can touch this ball?
As time was going on, I was starting to worry, but like you rightfully say, as a matter of fact, the more time goes on, the more it only benefits Envy. Having getting 91 seconds in what felt like one hold before TSM had even registered a point. They have finally got their hands on the ball. SoulSnipe's going to venture forward through long haul, but not going to be able to get close enough to the ball carrier for now, and 100 points finally registered by Envy. And they take a 1-round lead here.
It's about time.
It is really about time. They focusing on trying to just get some slays. And you spoke about maybe TSM should have thought about just giving it up and going again. And how often do we see, Dan, a dominant round 1 victory for one team and they go almost completely in reverse in the second?
A tale as old as time. Sometimes you get a little bit carried away with it, a little bit overconfident. Perhaps the extra time for Envy just to, you know, calm their thoughts a little bit and worm their way into the series might do them well here. Because if you could just do it, if it was 100-0 blowout, suddenly you're going to be pumped through adrenaline and you're going to be thinking, all right, this is going to be an easy. Oh, you start to think about top 6, you start to think about the what ifs, or you start to think about Space Station. It's impossible to ignore those thoughts. Any human brain starts to go towards them. In fact, when I used to play, it was one of my worst traits. I'd go 1-0 up in a series and I'd start to think about who we play next. And when I tell you, as soon as they then take a map off you and you're like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have thought about that.
Does the thought then flip to the other side where you're thinking to yourself, I wonder what I'm going to have for dinner. I'm going home now.
It does. It's that seed that gets planted in your brain, the worst thought or the best thought. Sometimes you just have to try and focus up. It does make me question my brain as well. Maybe I should have been taking something to try and make me focus.
Everybody else is thinking that does not happen with my brain.
Yeah. I'm a little bit special, but that's okay.
Dan has premium level brain rot, you would say.
Wow, I wasn't going to say that.
I will say it for you.
Well,
Many times we've been playing one video game and Dan is forced to play a second video game whilst the first video game is on.
That's just called ADHD, not brain rot.
Call it what you want. Put whatever label you want on it. One thing is for sure is Dan Gaskin finds it hard to concentrate at times. One team who's not struggling to concentrate in the second round here is TSM. A much better performance here. They do get the play ball. Precision looks towards top elevator.
Now, this is going to sound crazy.
Is it your brain doing something?
Have you noticed how much these curtains are
They are doing quite a lot of wobbling.
There's a lot of wobbling going back stage here with these curtains. Just concerned me for a brief moment. Anyway, 27-6. So Envy, despite their dominant round 1, TSM have had the better of them in these early stages of round 2. But now Envy trying to work their way with this camouflage. Precision will get the kill.
Just about avoids the grenade. Camouflage does dissipate. He is revealed, 4 dead for TSM. Envy can start to build on it again, and you really feel TSM just haven't gotten going so far. A lot of kills on the board, but not a lot of points to show for it in round 1 or really round 2. I mean, you look at the slays, they're very evenly spread across both teams, but not able to put kills into points. And that's what this game's all about. 3 dead for Envy, so maybe that narrative is about to shift and change.
Enemy has the
I would not have had Envy at top 6 on my bingo card. The predictions. It would definitely be a shock result, in my opinion, if they are able to take down TSM, regardless of TSM finding themselves in the elimination bracket from their performance in pools. But it goes to show just how far these Envy players have come. I remember when we were casting the likes of Yakzn, Piggy on B stream, coming into pool play from open bracket. And now they find themselves on an org, solidified pool play team, and competing for top 6 right now, and guaranteed top 8, of course, already being in this position. And maybe a stab at Space Station for a top 4 position, which would just be unbelievable.
And it really comes down to, as well, for
enemy has the ball.
Envy here against TSM. It's easy to say, well, TSM finished top 3, that's the storyline, but a lot of people will say they had the favorite side of the bracket.
Enemy has
If
the
not
ball.
for that win against Nemesis, they could have found themselves finishing in the top 6 position. But a chance for TSM to go on a run here and right some of those wrongs, and maybe answer some of the critics who did say things like that. Didn't go according to plan in pool play, went 1 and 2, lost to Nemesis, lost to FaZe Clan.
Enemy has the ball.
And unfortunately for them, they're all out of lifelines. Lose this one and they will be eliminated. So
Enemy has the ball.
a lot of work to be done, because Envy in the ascendancy, already with a round on the board and in the lead now after some good work.
Enemy has the ball.
Looking at precision on the stat line, 24, 8, and 16. Descendant, the two of them working in tandem, putting on a lot of damage, but also leading the lobby for kills, but leading the lobby for time as well. That's incredibly impressive.
This one could be decided by the clock. 1:43 left. Pretty close to being even Stevens right now, but Manny trying to take a position down long haul, which would make it awkward for Envy to grab this ball. He's actually just trying to support the call that's come, that someone was in danger.
Ball reset.
Call an ambulance, but not for me, perhaps. Double kill for Druk. Manny then into gold, clearing his angles, clearing his corners. Teammates there, SoulSnipe will bank that grenade off the floor.
Did you see the content piece HCS put out of the players naming a player for every letter of the alphabet?
Yeah.
And SoulSnipe, when it got to T, didn't say Taulek. And Taulek was stood right
He was standing
there.
right there.
And he was just like, what the hell, bro? And he was like, let's do a redo.
Enemy has the ball.
I did see Christola getting a mention, though. This is probably one of the only cues.
Enemy has
That's
the
my
ball.
cousin right there.
Was disappointed when it came to G in there. Not a
No
mention of
Gaskins.
Gaskin.
No chance of a Jersey either. And for good reason.
Jersey 2. Imagine if they had said Jersey 2.
That would have broken
God,
my heart.
that would have
I
annoyed
never
you.
would have heard the end of it.
A 6-second lead then. 30 seconds left. I said the clock's going to come down and be a part of this one. Well, the clock is counting down. 25 seconds for TSM to try and find the ball, and perhaps Envy starting to look towards that clock as really helping them out. Ball does get reset. Could be a good thing for TSM. Puts it in an area that might be more grabbable. But Piggy's going to watch over this one, protect it with his life.
This is a precarious position for Piggy, though. And TSM do have hands on the ball. Now you're forced to stick or twist. You drop down, force the ball
Oh,
down
big
the
nade.
floor as well. Huge, massive grenades. Last man alive is Taulek. He cannot get there. And we hear a little roar from the side stations. Envy happy enough with the work that they have done. This map number 1 is secured for Envy. We'll take a look at the stats very shortly, but a very impressive performance from Envy, Dan, it must be said. And for TSM, that's possibly the worst possible start they would have wanted, because they were not competitive enough in rounds 1, a little bit better in 2, but they haven't been able to play their game and really influence proceedings. Welcome back, everybody, to Game 2. Envy versus TSM, losers round 2. You should be familiar with the stakes, but if you're not, I'll fill you in. Loser of this series goes home. Envy hold a slender advantage with a 1-0 lead. 2 more games in their favor will mean that they progress.
Whoop.
But TSM very much want to change that story, and very, very quickly indeed. Opening break, 3-kill advantage, make it 4, make it 5. This is much better from TSM off the opening break. Snipe rifle still to work with. Piggy's grenade gets sent right back to him. Camouflage is scooped up. SoulSnipe with 2 more bullets to play with finds the face of Precision.
We said how Envy had a hot start in map 1, while TSM have come out exploding from the blocks here. SoulSnipe with the sniper rifle has just been taking charge and taking names. Piggy does spot him out, which gives the call to everyone else. And that sniper rifle will come to an end and maybe will give Envy a chance to try and worm their way back into the series.
SoulSnipe 1 short of a killing spree before his reign of terror did come to an end. He spawns back up over towards green. Looks as though he was tucking his knees in between, or tucking his head in between his knees and kissing his ass goodbye for a second.
Where would he be tucking his knees?
That would be very,
his knees between his head.
I'm telling you, that's a talent. 3 players pushed out big door. Taulek down to no shields, no problem for Piggy. Druk, that's 2. Could be about to be 3 from Piggy. Manny tries to run, Manny tries to hide, but Piggy goes hunting.
This little Piggy had roast beef, it would seem. 13 to 11. Envy starting to get back into it now. And for such a dominant start, that is brilliant from Envy to just be able to regroup and assess how they're going to get back into the game, not being stunned by the explosive start from TSM. And Manny go for the little sneaky beaver play. Sadly, I think he hadn't put any deodorant on. They were able to smell him.
Absolutely sniffed out. But no problem. Still alive, still on the map, still moving and grooving. He hasn't fired his gun in a while and it's getting hot right now. Precision forces him right back down his hidey hole. Precision, after getting a kill on the Druk, immediately turns his attention towards Manny. And they are in hot pursuit. Settles for a trade, does Manny and Yakzn. It benefits both teams really, currently 16 to 16. And it's interesting in Slayers, Dan. Everybody seems to play them a little looser at the start. And you always wonder if you tightened up the whole game, maybe you don't have these close layers.
Honestly, it annoys me. When I'm playing, when I'm watching, when I'm playing with people, it seems like the early kills aren't valued as much when you would absolutely go back and take some of those deaths away if you could. I used to say to my teammates, let's play every kill like it's 49-49. Like, why are we making stupid plays when we can just play this one a little bit safer and not give up deaths that are unreasonable and allowing our team to get ahead? It almost feels like when teams like TSM go like 9-1 up, they think they're playing with house money, that they can just throw away some of these deaths. And now you find yourself 22-22.
22-22. Scoreline has changed thanks to a Taulek double kill. And now he has a sniper rifle. And we haven't seen anybody really pop off. SoulSnipe did hit a couple of shots, but didn't exactly take over the game. And there's a time and a place for Taulek to do it. And is that about to be now? Yakz's all alone over towards green, so he is isolated from the rest of his team. Do they have that information? This Slayer has slowed down to a crawl. Both teams acutely aware of what this means.
Good vocabulary there.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Hit one. No. Denied. Rejected. It's Descendant now. He'll get the sniper rifle. It'll be his turn to try and hit some blaners. Just making sure he had the right weapons. And his target's trained over towards Snipe Tower. But TSM are purposely going to try and avoid those angles, and instead they do go around towards the camo side, and it was one bullet, but that was all that was required. He gets his kill.
Double kill locked in for Descendant. He might not be done just yet. That wasn't a frag, and he's about to find out the hard way. Did manage to avoid the splash damage.
How many times has that happened, even to the pro players? The assumption always then the...
You check your pockets, you go, oh, I didn't mean to throw that one.
Just natural with your brain where you think it's going to be a frag. Could be a difference maker though when you get to the last stages of this tournament. As Precision does win the boxing match with SoulSnipe.
I do enjoy Precision's bandit skin as well. It's very purdy.
I don't like what's dangling off it though.
I didn't even see what was dangling off it.
And there again is my brain. Any distractions, I can't have it.
And it looks as though Druk has killed his own teammate in Manny. His grenade done the damage, got the kill. That's not going to help TSM's cause here at all. Down by 6 at the moment. And these kills starting to slip away. And every single time TSM do make a mistake, Envy capitalize. And I tell you now, you probably don't even need me telling you, killing your own teammate is a mistake, and a big one. And how valuable these final kills are going to be. 4 kill difference. Druk, top middle, pistol, not going to be able to get the kill. Druk shuts him down, and we hear a roar as well. That kill mattered, and it meant something. And perhaps it's a road back into this Slayer and back into this series.
Well, how TSM would like to go back and take away some of those 6 or 7 silly deaths at the start. Sniper now popping up. A big moment for both teams to try and get hold of it. I believe Manny's escaped with it. And if he has an opportunity to maybe... No, he didn't grab it. Taulek instead is going to be the one who gets hold of it. Running around with just a bandit at the moment, but whips it out and slams it into Piggy.
What does that mean?
Slam the sniper rifle.
Oh, okay.
Sender going to be the next target. Will confirm the kill. Suddenly it's 40 to 39. And Taulek has a chance to elevate TSM here. Looking to see if he can find a headshot.
1 kill game. Taulek, perhaps. It might be too soon to say game in his hands, but it's definitely in that territory. 7 bullets. Potential for 7 kills. Body connects. There is 1. SoulSnipe, another precision. Goes down. Killing spree. Double kill. Taulek starting to take over now.
Just like that, this game gets flipped in favor of TSM. Still plenty of time left, though. Envy don't need to panic. Neither do TSM. You don't need to try and push too much. Just let Taulek do his thing. Especially with camouflage coming up, you can use that as natural bait, but precision takes down SoulSnipe. Suddenly it's going to be player advantage on the side of Envy, and they can look to try and command some space, try and get over towards Camo, but it's a great response from Druk.
Taulek recognizes the jiggle peak's not going to be enough precision, loses his face, camouflage then, picked up, scooped up, grabbed, carried away. And it's going to be in the chest of Manny. Sniper rifle tossed over, great teamwork from TSM now. A 3 kill advantage, 5 required to win the game. To tie this series up. These two teams fighting for their tournament life. And we've seen Manny in a similar situation before. And it didn't go his way when he played for Cloud9. They were seconds away from beating SSG all that time ago. Only 1 kill required then. Manny knows exactly where the player's positioned. Gets de-scoped. Gets flustered to just a touch. The melee comes through. Taulek gets the trade. 21 kills, 5 and 10 from Taulek. That was his game and his game alone.
A very back and forth game. If you consider the lead TSM had, then Envy took control, but it was the sniper rifle that made the difference once Taulek had it. Got into that spot, got some big kills, and it just allowed TSM to start to run away with it. And it does tie us up 1-1 in this series, and as you said, both teams fighting for their tournament lives, so you can understand why there's a lot of nerves around that game.
Taking a look at the damage on the map then, although Taulek had 21 kills, a lot of that he has to thank the SoulSnipe, who actually leads the lobby in damage. 14 deaths, but it doesn't even matter. The amount of gunfights he was involved in, the amount of damage. Plaudits have to go to SoulSnipe. Okay, folks, anybody familiar with the movie Men in Black? Dan and I have just taken out our shades, and we're about to use a neuralizer. You did not see, nor do you remember what happened before. It's Envy versus TSM. Score remains 1-1 as it was when we left it. And Dan would like to say something.
Fun fact about a neuralizer. Did you know they can set however much time they want, minutes or years? Crazy.
For how long you forget, yes.
Anyway, back into it. 11 minutes 30 on the clock. Of course, we've just started. Flag is going to be pulled. Can Envy try and take this one to TSM and explode out of the blocks like they did in Game 1?
Indeed, it seems like they are about to. With Manny and Taulek in the respawn screen. Thanks for joining us, folks, over from the A stream. And you are just joining us, let me fill you in. Let me set the table of what you are seeing on your screens. Envy versus TSM. Game 1, a convincing win. Oddball recharge for Envy, 2 rounds to 0. TSM came back to things close later, but they squeezed out the victory. You're now joining us in Game 3. Not a deciding match, but as you're more aware, winner of this series will progress. Loser goes home, which is a crazy thing to think about. TSM just last event finished top 3, but they are the stakes, and that's what these two teams are playing for.
Yeah, remember this is for top 6. the winner of this will play against Space Station after they fell against Optic Gaming a little bit earlier. So that's your reward for winning the series, is you get to come up against the Space Station who looked very good, and maybe you're going to be a little bit annoyed dropping into the elimination bracket. Still quite a way to go in this series, especially with how tight it's been so far. Descendant making another flag run here. Is probably going to be chopped down, but just about squeaks around the corner here.
Does fall. Any teammates on hand to apply the finishing touches to that flag? The answer is yes. Envy do take the lead. They threatened to do it the first time. They were stopped. Second time around, they will not be denied. Counter cap opportunity here though, so Envy have got to be careful. 2 players down to about half shields. Taulek will fly out, but fortunately for him, he was met by 2 bandits trained on him. This flag has not made too much progress. Envy do have 3 members on the map now. That's soon about to change. Taulek getting 2. Camouflage though for Druk. You can see he's not comfortable. He's getting information from his team. Around bottom middle there's a player, making it very difficult for him. He's still trying to spot that player out.
Envy have looked the better team on the objectives just based off of what we've seen so far. The oddball was pretty comfortable, first round especially. They got up to like 91 points before TSM even found a point on the board. Druk manages to get behind though, that camouflage coming to good use, double kill. 3 dead, flag starting to move. But that's what you got to do. If you are the last remaining player, you need to put yourself in a spot where you can shut that flag down and give your teammates a chance off respawn to do something.
Just stops so much momentum. Piggy ventures forward, tries to get the return. SoulSnipe's there though, he's going to fall, but the flag has made some progress. 4 dead now for Envy. It's about to go from bad to worse, because not only is this flag about to go home, but they should have players in position to be in control of the map. At least someone situated around top middle. So TSM now will tie us up, score 1-1 now. And it's TSM starting to ask a few questions, starting to make Envy look a little bit more uncomfortable.
It would be quite the comeback if TSM did get into top 6 and a chance to play Space Station for top 4, because that's not a guaranteed win for Space Station by all means. Both of these teams definitely would put up a good fight against the SSG roster. But after finishing 3rd in their pool, TSM of course started in the elimination bracket, but they were 3rd seed coming into this tournament. They finished top 3 last event. Can they claw their way back to those dizzy heights yet again, or can Envy maybe put a stop to it as Piggy gets taken down by Druk?
Beautiful shots from Druk, and he wasn't done. Dropped down. Gets the kill again. Now SoulSnipe has the camouflage to work. Druk done. Wasn't for nothing. Secured the power up. Descendant tries to use a thruster back. Not enough though. Another kill for SoulSnipe, and indeed Manny. Yakzn goes down, trades for the camouflage. 4 dead for Envy, and TSM in prime position to pull yet another flag.
Does get pulled. Fridge spawns as well. Druk just trying to do what he can to keep them within Fridge, taking the challenge, taking the fight, keeping the gunfire away from the flag runner. And the flag will move. Manny is not going to continue with it though, because he recognizes there's danger from behind. And now this is where the rest of the squad try and pick up, and Yakzn again, the last remaining player here.
We spoke about how clambers can really go and be your detriment. It's happened again. It's going to be TSM slamming home their 2nd of the game. And in quick succession, without reply now. All of a sudden, Envy is starting to look a little bit shaky. They're pushing through narrow corridors. And it's meat and drink to Druk right now.
Yeah, Druk's looking good. Great shots all round, taking great positions as well to either help the team or sometimes carry the team through with him. Flags on the move yet again. Envy are in a better position this time. They have more members up though, so they were able to stop it a little bit sooner. But again, Druk back into the action, happy to take fights. Sadly though, falls to the grenade.
It's almost like Tony Montana sitting in that doorway. I take your bullet, I take your bullet. And finally gets taken down, but so much time bought for his team. An overkill for SoulSnipe in the field as well. Another flag cap, an overkill on the board. Map control again for TSM.
Always a difficult one. And the flag's going in as well. It's important to see. But you've got to try and focus on that one player who's just got the triple kill. You can't allow him to just run rampant in your side of the base. You desperately want to look towards the flag. You want to try and stop it, but by doing so, you just open things up for SoulSnipe to do that. And now TSM 3-1 up. 5 minutes 27 left on the clock. Envy have to dig deep now.
TSM starting to get loud as well. We're starting to hear some of those all too familiar comms when they take down an opposition player. Starting to hear things like that. So they're starting to feel themselves growing in confidence. Growing on the scoreline in their lead as well. 2 between them. 5 minutes on the clock. Still a lot of time for Envy to play with, but the way TSM are playing here, a lot of work to be done.
We get the celebrations from TSM. I wonder if we'll see the emote wheel come out again for Taulek. Has he learned any more? Has he purchased any from the store? What's up his sleeve? Got to get there first though, but certainly looking good in this game. 3-1 still. DSCENDANT trying to worm his way around, see if he can get an angle, but speak of the devil, Taulek was there waiting. Precision gets the trade though.
Manny desperately trying to stay alive here. Precision bought the bait as well. Thought Manny had dropped down and he hadn't. But now Yakz's going to push this flag forward. His teammates were over towards the fridge side, so that could make things a little bit more complicated in terms of blocking spawns. But now you're hearing DSCENDANT starting to scream. Well, you're not hearing it, but I am. And Yakzn slams in a flag. Now it's a one-cap game. And all of a sudden that sets up a grandstand finish.
Yeah, suddenly a comfortable game looks a little bit dicey all of a sudden. And Camouflage going to go in hands of Envy as well. Yakzn, good trigger discipline to avoid Manny, and the rest of the team's gone down. So now, once again, Yakzn being the last remaining player, but this time with Camouflage. And you can see they are hunting him down, and they did spot him out. They see the shimmer. But he does get away.
Gets away for now, buys some time. And just having that Camouflage made TSM ask questions. They didn't want to progress the flag because they knew the risk that was involved. Great job from Yakzn, even though on the face of it, it didn't look like he'd done a whole lot. It was enough, I promise you that. Doing a lot of damage now. Gets a couple of players down to no shields. The assists don't come his way. SoulSnipe's going to attempt to send this flag back home, but unfortunately, for DSCENDANT, not enough damage done. 2 players combined. TSM will send the flag home, and now, with 3 minutes on the clock, Envy's starting to run out of time in this endgame.
Piggy's already gone down. Precision the next. Yakzn follows, and DSCENDANT finds himself all alone here on car side. Does manage to connect with Druk though, so that also puts 3 dead on the side of TSM, which means they won't have as much map control when Envy spawn. You can see TSM are trying to be a little bit aggressive with this one. They don't want to just turtle up and allow Envy too many opportunities to punch into their base and get a flag. Instead, they're taking the fight to them here.
Definitely holding a higher line of engagement for many reasons. 1, the potential to get a flag capture. 2, if you do, worst case scenario, die, you'll have time to spawn back up and Envy will have to push a lot further forward to see any sort of reward. Manny again, slipped through the cracks. Throws down a nade, denies a little bit of possession of land. And that will mean 2 of his teammates have gone down in the meantime. DSCENDANT and Yakzn got a couple of kills. Work to be done here for Manny, he's putting it in. DSCENDANT tries to get away bottom middle. Nothing doing for him though. And he's just been a nuisance in the enemy base.
Would you say he trickles through the cracks?
I don't think I would.
No?
No, sift through the crack maybe.
Like sand. He also said Manny and Manny, and it got me very confused.
2 different things.
DSCENDANT, last remaining player. Manny is going to be running it. Yakzn now spawns, and I think Manny might just be a little bit too quick with this one. And unless we see a big old nade tossed across the map, we might see TSM going 4-2 up, and it may just not be enough time for Envy. There is said nade, and there is the attempt to stop. SoulSnipe, though, responding on the other side.
Manny goes in, Manny slams it home. TSM, 4-2 the score. Double the lead. And are now knocking on the door of a 2-1 lead in the series as well. And for Envy, just running out of time. That hot start they had, they weren't able to hold it, they weren't able to maintain it. And TSM, the longer this game has gone on, the longer the series goes on, just growing in confidence now.
48 seconds. Have to start to try and push in here. Have to go for some sort of miracle play. But Yakzn does help. DSCENDANT is moving the flag as well. Shots in the back. This could be a massive flag. 4 dead for TSM. Is there a chance for a back-to-back here? They spawn over towards Engine though, and that will just slow things down. But it has given Envy a chance with 27 seconds left.
That is heartbreaking as well, because you thought there was a potential for a back-to-back flag cap, but it was split spawns because of where Yakzn was positioned. And you can forgive him for wanting to get the flag going as quickly as he can. Perhaps if you had it back, you maybe block the spawn towards Engine. You maybe stand on that bridge. Try and block 2 spawns, try and be an influence, but kills going the way. It's going to amount to nothing. TSM hold on, TSM survive, flag gets sent back, and TSM go 2-1 up in the series. Envy with work to do.
TSM find themselves 1 map away then from coming all the way back from losers round 1 into top 6 and a matchup against Space Station on the horizon. Sadly for Envy, they just couldn't hold on to that early lead that they had found. It was a great effort by everyone on TSM though, whether it was defending or attacking, but it was 7.2k damage from Druk. We saw it in the early stages. Druk just happy to take fights, always engaging, and whether he was leading the charge or supporting his teammates, he was doing a lot there.
Taking a look at the stats then, DSCENDANT 26, 22, and 10. Very impressive performance from him, but unfortunately he finds himself on the losing side. Manny with 18, 17 and 12, excuse me. Good work from him, 5.0 KDA. Druk though, leading the lobby. An incredible performance from him. Welcome back everyone. And if you ordered a conclusion to this series, well, you are in luck, because we're about to supply it. TSM, 1 map to the good and 1 map away from progressing in this tournament. And for Envy, a much different story. Just 1 away from elimination. A lot of work to do. And Yakz's looking to provide some work right now. Overshield already in his chest, pushing forward. We're playing neutral bomb on Fortress, which can be a marathon, not a sprint at times.
Are you just dishing things out that people are ordering? I would love some wings.
Honey rub?
Honey rub for sure. Maybe Taulek could give the sniper a bit of a honey rub, but sadly it's going to be handed off to Piggy. Does connect with the first as well. And we do know these games can go the distance when it comes to Bomber Fortress. It can be a little bit difficult to worm your way into that base just because of how the spawns work. So you really have to take a commanding position, especially with this sniper rifle.
Typically what most teams do to see success is they block the armory, and unfortunately for Piggy, he's on the wrong side. Which will mean TSM will keep getting more fortunate spawns. The superior side anyway. Perhaps Piggy wants to back up a little bit, be more of an influence, because he's not really providing much value. Until, as I say that, and as I had that thought, he starts to pick things up instead. Still being a threat, being a nuisance. Yakzn picks up 5 fresh shots at the SoulSnipe and another one at the Manny, so now there's potential to move this bomb in, and here it comes. Do TSM have enough in the bag? Druk goes down. This is massive potential then. Piggy recognizes that he is blocking the spawns and he probably shouldn't be, and that's why he ventures out. This is perfectly played by Envy, and the perfect response after that last loss. Envy are already on the board, and this could be enough to win the game.
I mean, once again, Envy quick out of the blocks at the start of the game. We saw it in round 1, we saw it in round 2, we see it in round 3, and now we see it in the 4th map here as well. And with Overshield and a couple of kills going their way, that bomb can be moved once more. 3 are dead. Precision looking to try and put this one in yet again. It's going to have to go the longer route up the stairs, but it is a safer one. Piggy's got another kill onto Taulek, and you said, you know, this could be a win because sometimes we have seen these games finish at 1-0. At 2-0, you are asking a lot of TSM to get back into this game, but still work to be done on these spawners.
And you rightfully say we've seen hot starts from Envy, but they haven't maintained and matched that pace. Ultimately, the steam ran out.
Shots.
And they allowed TSM back into the games. That could soon be about to change. Bomb is being armed. DSCENDANT drops it though, trying to stay alive here. Gets it halfway charged. The fuse halfway lit, but TSM's hold looks to be strong enough. Precision the last man alive, but he's a long, long way away from that bomb. And he tries to venture forward, take space for his team, but Precision says, not on my watch.
By name and by nature, Precision hitting those shots. The bomb does get tossed out, so TSM have been able to hold that push off. Piggy's found another sniper rifle here. And can this little Piggy go to market?
That's two incredible Piggy puns from you.
Yeah, but A-Stream
You're
hadn't
on-
heard the first one.
You're on top of your game right now.
Gets the first. Oh, it was literally slammed off the
Sure
mat.
you could.
Didn't even get a chance.
He gets sent off the map. Send it 20 seconds away for the overshield. He's gonna have to get busy. Manny ensures he's no longer a problem, at least for now. SoulSnipe. He's got that weapon in his hands again. And he plays sweet, sweet music with it at times. Kills going their way, but again, the same issue that Piggy had before. He's not really in the position to be an influence right now. That could soon be about to change as Precision gets what is an unofficial, but an official double kill, but unfortunately for him, loses his overshield. What a shot that was from SoulSnipe, and now he's starting to get busy with it. Just misses the body, and that means Yakzn can relieve some of the pressure that was being applied by TSM. But they're going nowhere. As a matter of fact, Manny's taking up quite the power position here, and he's going to be a real problem to deal with.
Yeah, but someone needs to grab that bomb, and Druk's busy playing Ring Around the Rosies at the moment with Precision. Does win it. Manny finds the bomb. Manny kills with the bomb. Now can Manny plant the bomb? No, gets denied, but there is still other members of TSM there.
TSM still trying to lay siege to this base. Still not clear just yet, but as I say that, SoulSnipe and Druk do fall. Precision goes down. Envy looking to clear their lines, throw the ball away. For good reason. Bomb being tossed out. But TSM are in prime position once more. Yakz's going to go down. You can see Taulek was reluctant to push further forward, did not want to block those spawns. Heads up play from him. 3 go down. Piggy last man standing. Druk and SoulSnipe are there. He's not going to have enough, is Piggy. A lot to be asked. A lot of trouble on the map. And TSM tie us right the way back up.
A little bit down to that repulsor as well, just denying that grenade from Yakzn, who thought off spawn maybe he was going to be at an angle to deny the bomb. And just like that, TSM find themselves 1-1. So again, a really hot start from Envy, answered back by TSM. And will the pattern start to follow that? Oh, see you later. Bye-bye. That DSCENDANT just didn't want to take the fight.
It's like the Wily Coyote just dropping off the map, chasing after the bunny. Or the Roadrunner, excuse me, not even a bunny. Different animal entirely. Sniper rifle about to pop, and that's why SoulSnipe is hesitant to move. And he's stolen the enemy sniper rifle. Precision looks back, spots out SoulSnipe. And immediately he's put under pressure. But they've got to force him out of here. Precision tries to push the bomb forward just so it's no longer an issue on his side of the map. 3 go down for TSM. Taulek has sniper rifle and a little bit of overshield as well to play with. Doesn't hit the body onto Yakzn. Try to clear his lines, try to check his angles. Has to settle for just a trade. That's good play from Yakzn.
Tried to speed things up going for the body shot with a sniper rifle. I feel like if he had just had his bandit out there, maybe stays alive. Precision does get the kill, but it is traded out. And it's starting to get a little bit sloppy and messy, as expected, with so much on the line here for these teams as Yakzn begins to move that bomb once more. Does have a little bit of support here, but knows that he's very vulnerable if he tries to move it in at the moment, so they need to work hard to try and clear this base. It's not going to happen.
SoulSnipe's good for 1. Precision is close to Taulek here. He has to take care of business. Doesn't get a trade. It's very good from Taulek as well. Remains on the map. Gun on the map and can now look towards bottom middle. Taking so much space for his team, but unfortunately for him, Druk has fallen, so that's going to mean he crouches down and waits. Bides his time. Piggy's got the kill elsewhere and the bomb's moving. So Taulek is now forced to spin back around. Blind damage, good damage as well. 2 go down. A 3 should be about to join him. DSCENDANT should fall. Piggy's behind enemy lines here. Do they know that? Do they have that information? They do now. He's giving away his position. He's been a real thorn in the side. Here is Piggy, and he gets another kill. 3 go down for TSM. This spells danger now. His overshield's going to pop up at a very opportune moment as well. A lot of things to worry about, a lot of things to be concerned for if you're TSM. It almost feels like least of all is the bomb right now.
There's a lot of flanking that's going on at the moment, but it has worked out for both sides. Could leave your team a little bit vulnerable if you go for it too often, but This arm's going to be attempted to be armed. 2 are dead on the side of TSM. Any needs to come in to maybe stop it. Precision taking a lot of damage, but will get the arm. And Envy regain their lead here. 4 minutes now remaining. And TSM, again, are going to have to dig deep.
The problems are not even going to go away with that arm for TSM. Because Precision still has control of a lot of the map here. The battle rifle just has that extended lines of sight, can do so much damage from across the map. Does back away just a touch. Recognizes he's isolated from the rest of his team. Yakzn, though, will get a kill onto Taulek. TSM are in real danger here. Envy, more than just interested in pushing this one to a game 5. Again, remember, folks, tournament life on the line here. Beautiful 4 shots from across the map, and now pushing this forward again. 3 dead. Druk, the last man up. He's already made this bomb all the way back towards the front base. Precision could be about to get a trade here, and does.
And I do like that Envy are trying to take the game to TSM here, not just saying we will sit on a 2-1 lead, because we saw how that happened last time. 4 dead. They want to plant this bomb. They want to win this one 3-1. They want to send themselves to a game 5 against TSM. The bomb gets tossed into the base.
Oh!
And the no-scope to the face.
No scope, no problem. 2 down. But patiently waiting our Envy now. Finally get the bomb. Starting to arm. Fuse starting to light. Descendant and Yakzn get a couple of kills. And Envy get the final bomb arm that they need to push us to a game 5. We're going to a shootout here, folks.
So we get another chapter then in the story of Envy versus TSM with its twists and its turns. We are still yet to know who is going to be progressing to top 6 and who is going to be facing at Space Station here in Salt Lake City. And I thought maybe we were going to follow a similar pattern. Maybe it was going to be Envy just taking a lead really quick out of the blocks, and then we get answered back by TSM, but Envy showed great resilience, and a lot of it was precision, but also have to talk about Piggy. Commanding so much space, especially with the sniper rifle as well. Not only the most damage, but also 24 and 14, excuse me, he finds himself plus 10 with a 15 KDA. That is an impressive performance from Envy.
7,000 damage is absolutely incredible. With 15 assists as well. Quite the showing. There is only one way to separate these 2 teams. Let's make them brawl here on Origin. What will be the point of difference? Who will be the point of difference? Right off the rip, we're typically used to seeing Envy start hot out the blocks. But all of a sudden it's TSM in the ascendancy. A 3-1 lead, rockets in hand. Druk gets 1, Druk gets 2. And Descendant could be his latest victim. Ooh. But he gets shut down in the nick of time.
Now, not with how Descendant and Precision have both been playing. They've been winning a lot of gunfights. And it was an important one as well. Otherwise, you would have found yourself 7-1 down. Now, we did see something similar, remember, on the previous layer with TSM, where they took it was like an 8-2 lead. Then they threw it away, but then they brought it back in the latter stages. Or maybe they've learned something from that, and they don't want to give away any cheap deaths in these early stages this time, as Taulek now has the sniper rifle, and we've seen what he can do in the past.
Sniper rifle, shotgun, whatever it is, it's effective right now. 3 go down for a moment for Envy. Spawns are going to be popping up around that extra player, that last remaining member.
I like this from Taulek, though. He was getting a little bit excited. 9-2. Let's start pushing them. Let's take them down. I've got a sniper rifle. And then he remembers, I have a sniper rifle. I have 6 bullets. I can do a job from a distance here. Killing spree! Double kill! And that is the job that he is set out to do here.
And it was a criticism you had in this layer in game 2. Why don't players take it more seriously in the start and in the beginning? Don't throw away your lives frivolously. That's a tough word to say, actually. Actually, sorry, I tried.
I mean, if you are 13 kills up in the late stages, you think this is done. If it's 40 to 27, you're like, all right, we've probably secured this, boys. 15 kills, you're now ahead. Don't get carried away. I mean, you are in an incredible position, but don't give up anything. Don't give away any easy deaths. 20 to 3, this is insane from TSM. Envy are very much on the ropes. They're almost already over the ropes by this point.
Starting to buckle, starting to wobble, starting to shake now. Under the weight of expectation for Envy. They've been so good in the tournament. Unlucky at times. But TSM, they do not care. An easy kill for Taulek. They all seem to be coming quite easy right now. Yakz's desperately trying to live. And I promise you something, it's going to go from bad to worse. Another set of rockets here for SoulSnipe. And everything's on easy street right now for TSM. Settled for a trade, rockets down on grass. TSM can do that all the live long day now.
And TSM have been playing this well. They have been playing it a little bit slower. They've not been getting too ahead of themselves and getting too excited. This lead is incredible, 16 kills. They should not throw this away. I do not believe a pro team should throw away a lead like this. But we have also seen it happen time and time again throughout Halo's history. Nothing is given here. Sniper rifle is grabbed. And here's a chance for maybe Precision to try and get them back into this game. Sadly, he's taken down instantly.
Nothing is given. Everything is taken. And TSM, they are picking Envy apart right now. They've barely been able to get going. SoulSnipe 10-4-4. Taulek 8-5-2. Druk 10-3-2. Barely any deaths across the board. Manny the only real outlier, but already involved in 9 different gun engagements that have resulted in a kill. Is this the opening then? The answer is no. Taulek hits the body, connects with the face, gets another. It's a Taulek show. It's almost worth the price of admission alone.
All right, I don't think he would have gone for that if it was like tied 25-25, but he said, you know what? We have a little bit of a cushion to work with here. 15 kills, still the gap here. Make it 16. And TSM only 14 away from winning this series and setting themselves into top 6. And a date with Space Station Gaming on the main stage.
And for Envy, is it going to be just another nearly? A maybe, a what if? TSM have been absolutely dominant in this Game 5. And they typically do show up in Game 5s. They have the ice. And they're showing it now, because it's chilly here in the game. 18 kills. Manny goes down, but it doesn't even matter. Rockets have fallen. Envy need a miracle here.
Oh, it would be a miracle. It would also be one of the most insane comebacks you've ever seen on main stage. It's so unlikely. Just the way TSM have been commanding space, they make it difficult for Envy to make a plays because they're always offering up the trade. That being said, there are 2, there are 3. SoulSnipe, last player alive, and he's going to be collapsed on, you'd imagine. Envy are looking for him. He needs to make himself a difficult kill, which he doesn't really. Tries to escape. But Taulek at least is going to respond. The kill difference still 11 though. Make it 10. Don't you do this, TSM. Please don't you do this.
Actually, please do.
Actually, I take it back.
We're signing up for the entertainment. Are you not entertained? As I say that, 3 do go down. The answer is, can Envy get themselves right back into this? The answer looks to be no now. 6 kills. All that separates TSM from progressing in the bracket. And making it to a championship Sunday, perhaps. Still some games to play. Still a lot to do. But for now, this one's been all too easy. Envy just didn't show up in the Game 5 when it mattered. It was a close series. They gave as good as they got at times. But TSM are Game 5 menaces. This has been perfect. It's been flawless. And Envy have barely laid a glove on them.
And remember, TSM came into this tournament 3rd seed and found themselves elimination round 1. But they come back from the death to find themselves back into the top 6. They wipe the floor with Envy in Game 5. And they will have that matchup with SSG here on the main stage.
Incredible performance from TSM. Commiserations to Envy. Their tournament run comes to an end. A lot to be proud of, but a lot to work on too. taking a look at the stats, it was a 12 kill difference in the end. Could have been much, much worse with the way the game started.
It was a very important lesson that TSM learned, I feel, in Game 2, when they had a significant lead and they threw it away. And sure, they still came back to win. But here in Game 5, they got a 12-kill lead, and then they ended with a 12-kill lead. Very intelligent play to ensure that they progress in this tournament.